My goal is that no family ever have to deal with this kind of thing.
This morning, a follow-up to a story we first brought you yesterday morning. The Pawnee County Sheriff says 26-year-old Brittany Whitey snuck a gun into the jail inside of her body and killed herself back in July.
Micah Hatfield has been following this story from the very start. In a story you'll see only on 2, she shows us how the sheriff's office has changed their policies since then.
The headstone is fresh, and so are the wounds.
And there's times I feel like I feel her, right there with me.
26-year-old Brittany Whitey visited her mother's gravesite days before her own death. Now she lies beside her. A 7-year-old now visiting her mother and grandmother in the same place, leaving this handcrafted cross on Whitey's grave.
Her daughter brings her stuff and puts it out here for her.
Yes.
Pawnee County Sheriff Mike Waters says 26-year-old Whitey snuck a gun into the jail inside her body and killed herself on July 24th. The story is still hard for her family to understand.
It's hard to be in this town and walk around and people are always asking you questions about it. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
Whitey's aunt and grandmother say they found out that the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations cleared the Sheriff's Office of Criminal Wrongdoing on 2 Works for You. We submitted a public records request to the OSBI for the case file to learn exactly how they arrived at that decision. The request was not granted. We were instead sent the law that says all the records relating to an investigation conducted by the Bureau are confidential.
I realize everybody's human. People make mistakes in their life, but I also know you got to be accountable for those mistakes. And there's no accountability here.
Sheriff Mike Waters says he doesn't think his staff could have done anything different that would have prevented the death, but they are making changes to hopefully prevent a similar situation in the future.
I can never say that we can say that it would never ever happen again. I can't make that statement, but we can do everything to the best of our ability to keep it from happening again.
There are cameras in the detox cells where the 26-year-old was being held that live stream to a monitor on the staff's desk. Sheriff Waters says at the time they did not record, but now they do.
I'm in the process now of getting a walk-through metal detector to put specifically in the jail.
The jail usually requires inmates to change into jail jumpsuits. But if suspects are being combative, like they say Whitey was, that may be skipped for jailer's safety. As far as the searches, Sheriff Waters says there's not much more that they can do legally.
Females, you just can't search there. Not without a litigated circumstance, and then you got to take them to a hospital and have an x-ray. But you got to have probable cause to even reach that point.
The 26-year-old's family knows nothing will bring her back or change what happened that day. But they want peace and understanding and her death to make a difference.
Not a day goes by I don't think about her. But I'm going to fight this fight for her.
In Pawnee, Micah Hatfield, 2 Works for You.